but I'm assuming that they can. There we go. This is your first time up in the booth, man. How you feeling?
Pretty excited about it. I enjoyed it last time I was at EGL. So let's just get it started.
Yeah, how long? So you started commentating this year, right?
Probably about 3 months ago.
Good stuff, man.
Just Reflex started it up. Yeah, I am now.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, we're about to kick off game number 1. It's going to be CTF Havana, like you heard. It's going to be Mythix going against Enigma as we jump into the map here. Capture the flag. It was the first game that we saw when it was the Blokes playing. I think it was the 12-inch Python. Capture the flag was a really close matchup, so I'm hoping we can replicate the same thing here.
Yeah, definitely. I would imagine the French team have only been together. Well, they've only had Maxi in the team for a few days, but they played together before, so I'm expecting a good setup from them. And Enigma have all played together before, so I'm expecting a really tight match.
I was talking to Riddles from Apex, and he called Enigma to win this matchup. But this is 2 juggernaut teams here in the EU squaring off against one another, so I expect it to be a pretty close matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely probably the best game we're going to see today so far.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, as we are going to kick it off here, as the time is dwindling down to start the matchup, we're going to jump on board with Mythix, and we got Maxi here in front of us, so let's stay on board with him.
Yeah, I'm expecting Maxi to be very aggressive in this game. Primarily, I usually see SMG, but he is AKing in this team, and that's how I'm going to see it now as a brilliant one-piece, from Maxi with the knife. Does get taken out by fire, though.
As we switch on board with Rusher there, he's got the nice gold blinged out AK-47 here moving around the backside, and these guys are moving quickly as Max D's got the flag here. Rusher's going to make sure he's got the cutoffs, and it looks like they're going to be able to walk that one in if they can make a connection here. Rusher moving around, taking some shots, trying to go big here as he waits back for him, but gets flanked by Sowers there, so nice play, but they were able to get a cap on the board. So Mythix going up here early in the round, within 40 seconds, gets a cap on the board as they're just dominating here in a big way. Look at the kills there. We've got Camper, Max, and Max D all doing big things, dropping some kills here early on, Ton.
Yeah, we're seeing most of the slaying going on from Mythix, but it's 3 down constantly. Enigma really need to just sort of set themselves up and need to stop dying here because they can't do anything. If you're not live, you can't do anything about it. So they're just getting outslayed completely.
Mythix is playing incredibly aggressive here, and it's paying dividends as they are just making moves here. It looks like we're on board with Maxi. He's got the flag kind of hanging out. But on the flip side, Bread from Enigma is going to be able to pick up the flag too. So now they're about to square off in the bar as Bread did not go too far with that flag. He's kind of hanging back. He knows the flag is en route to return. He did not dip out of there. So Camper is going to take out Bread, and there you have it as Mythix picks up a second cap on the board early on in this game. They are just putting flags on, playing well, and I hear these guys communicating, so they're doing real well off the start of this map.
Yeah, it's what we expect from the French, really. I mean, all these people have teamed together, so they know what each player they're doing is inside out. They're all good slayers. They know what they're doing. They play their roles well. So at this moment in time, I was thinking a little bit without the seed, they wouldn't really challenge for the first prize, but seeing them play this way, if they continue to play like this the whole event, I'm seeing them up there.
Absolutely. They did mildly decent there at Call of Duty XP. They certainly put up a fight, and now we've got this team. It's a little, not the exact same team as it was at XP, but we've got a good showing here so far as we're on board with Rusher. He jumps out, takes out Bread. Nice shooting, almost practically turned on him there. And now they're just rolling together here, playing a little bit more conservative than they were earlier as they came out the gates, just an aggressive push off the get-go. Now they find themselves sticking back a little bit, making sure to defend that flag as they're making a middle map push here and trying to rally out yet another one.
Yeah, I would say they're on not the worst side. Well, yeah, it is pretty much the worst side. So they've got a 2-flag lead. They're not going to concede any flags, and we're definitely not going to see that with Loan, whose game attack is Russia today. Bit controversial from himself, but yeah, we're definitely not going to see many flags pulled by Enigma in this map.
Yeah, Enigma's Bread tried to get in there and pull out a flag, but he was not able to. Maxi and Max D are just holding it down over here as Bread's trying to make that objective push in there. He takes out Max D. Sowers takes out Camper. So now Enigma getting up there, picking up a nice 2-piece at the hands of Sowers. They're making a push in for that flag, and it's going to be Rusher that comes in, takes out Sowers, and nice play there as Mythix was able to kind of compensate for a nice push by Enigma.
Yeah, they had the last player in there who was Russia, i.e. Lohan, and he did it well. He's just sitting back in bar and just cleaned it up, really. I mean, it was unfortunate to get the flag, but it was brilliant play by Sowers.
And right now we're on board with Rusher from Mythix. A minute and 24 seconds left on the clock as they had a hot start there, taking 2-0. They've stayed back a little bit on the defensive side of things. And Sours and Bread going in big, taking out Max D and Rusher. It's going to be up to Max E trying to cover up. He takes out one with Enigma Bread. And now he's able to move into the bar there and gets shanked by Sours. So Enigma making these pushes but not able to capitalize on the opportunity as they end up getting taken out every time they make a push in there for the flag.
It always just seems to be the last guy that's alive for Mythix, and they're just pulling it out the bag every single time. If I was Enigma here, I would start getting 3 SMGs out maybe and just push, because they're 2 flags down to a team like Mythix is never a good thing.
As we pull up the stats here real quick, it is Max D that's just going big there. He's got a cap. He's 15-8, and he is just the only person on the team for Mythix that is positive. And on the flip side there, Enigma struggling to get anything going here with 33 seconds left in the half. 2-0 lead as we see some friendly fire go down there. Max D taking out Max E on board with Rusher there as Camper takes out Bread. And these guys, again, just staying back, making sure that they don't get any flags lost here. But it is going to be Camper for Mythix that's pulling out a flag. And Mythix not setting up any cutoffs, making Camper just go into 1v1 battles there. And that's not going to work out as Pasco was able to take care of business there.
Yeah, that's going to be it for the round. There's no flags going to be captured. Mythix were unlucky there. If they had sort of getting some cover over on that right-hand side where the flag was, they might have been able to capture it, but they are going to go 2-0 ahead in the first half.
There you have it. So in the half, like you said, 2-0 in favor of Mythix. They just played really strong out the gates, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just straight out there, putting them slaying kills down, and it was just... Enigma can't do anything, but we're going to change over to them and see what they can do in this half.
All right, as we jump on board with Bread here, moving up quickly. He was very aggressive in the first half of this map, but he was not able to do anything too much as he was getting in there, got a couple pulls, but didn't go far with the flag. He has been running objective for Enigma, trying to get his hands on the flag there. As Camper and Max D for Mythix take out towers and fire. And it looks like Max D's got the flag here as he's trying to make some moves, cuts through bar. Now it's Bread that's going to try to chase him down. He sees him in his sights, but an MP5 from that range isn't going to help him out. But Pasco comes up big with a 2 pieces. Sours cleans up Maxi. That's going to be 3 down. They're going to get a return and pull flag. So now a little life coming out of Enigma as they're making things happen.
Yeah, they need to find that last guy. That was only 3 down, and there's not been any sight of the 4th player. It does look like they found him, and Bread does take him out.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a flag cap to Enigma. They only 1 down now.
Bread did a great job of getting the cutoffs there, and now he's found himself in a situation, pulls out the Python, takes care of Max D. Nice shooting by Bread as he gets a reload in there and takes out Rusher as well. Bread has just been a beast this game so far, keeping Enigma in the match. Let's check out what he's pulling out. He is right now leading 11-13. He's taken quite a few deaths, but he has been aggressive pulling that flag, which attributes to a lot of those deaths. So big play coming out of him from Enigma's side.
Yeah, it's what you come to expect from Wunda. He's a very, very aggressive player, and that's what we're going to see from the whole tournament as they're pulling some shapes out now. That is 3 down, 4 down. That does look like it's going to be a flag cap.
Yeah, they should have no problems running this in as everybody's taking care of the cutoffs. They're running in, and Enigma is going to tie this one up with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. They are able to get 2 early flags, just as Mythix did when they were on that same side. And now we've got a tie game here, Tunney.
Yeah, this wasn't really what I was expecting. Both teams might be a bit more defensive now, but Enigma do have the momentum. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I would assume that Enigma just is going to continue to play aggressive here, but what we saw Mythix do in the first half was stick back after they got 2-0 lead. They started playing much more conservative, but Enigma looks like they're still going in there, and at least if it's not the whole team, you can count on Bread to just be going in there, running and gunning. As Sours has got the flag here, he's going to try to go and give some cover fire there, takes out Rusher, and Bread is on a roll here as he's going to pick up the flag, but on the flip side, Mythix, Camper, he's got the flag as Maxi meets Bread by Fountain, taking him out there, but Camper for Mythix still has the flag, so Sours is going to try to catch up to him and see if he can cut him off.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something pretty special to get a hold of this flag right now. They have got the pushback in the spawn, but it does look like he's going to make it in.
And now we are on board with Bread, who's trying to get there, but it is still 2-1. But on the flip side, it was Mythix that got a flag, so the overall score of the series is 3-2 in favor of Mythix.
Yeah, I expect Mythix to maybe get a bit defensive here. We might see Luan sitting back a little bit. He is famed for it, but he does his job well.
Yeah, I can imagine at this point Mythix is going to try to stick back. They don't need another flag cap. They've got 1 minute and 55 seconds left to hold on this flag. However, you can never get too complacent or play conservative like that where you find yourself just sitting on the defensive side of things, because if 4 go down, then you're done. So Enigma pulling out the flag, but Max D coming up with a big stop as Rusher cleans up Bread, and Enigma just getting taken out left and right after a hot start. Mythix was able to answer the call and just taking care of business.
Yeah, they're just waiting for Enigma. Enigma pushing hard, and they need to, obviously. Only 1.5 minutes, and they do need a flag. And Mythix are just sitting waiting on them. That is 2 down there. It's 3 down now. They only have 1 more kill to get, and they will be pulling that flag.
Yes, nice play by Enigma as they were able, like you said, knock 3 down, clean up Maxi E as Brett pulls out the 74U. We're on board with Fire here. He's checking out. And let's switch over to Bread, who's got the flag. He's making moves here by Fountain. Has got some cut-ups as Sowers pass go in. Sowers picks up another kill. Enigma just turning it around in a big way here. All the cut-offs seem to be clear as Enigma going to run this flag in, and now they tie up the series. We're looking at a 3-3 matchup here with 57 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Enigma have just played this half absolutely brilliantly. They looked down and out once that flag went up, and Mythix were 3-2 up. But they've battled that back well, and they did get the 4 down and pull the flag quite easily. They were looking for a relay, but they couldn't get a hold of it and get rid of the last Mythix player, who, again, is just coming through for it. But Pasco's pulling out a brilliant 2-piece there.
And we're on board with Bread here. 35 seconds left on the clock. He's slowing down his gameplay a little bit as he's rocking out the 74U. Sowers takes out Max D's. They're setting up for another pull here. He's by Fountain. Fire is sticking back on defense here. He's covering the bars. That Mythix takes 3 down, so now it is just Fire as he moves back here. Nice play to make sure he's going to be able to defend the flag. Only 18 seconds left, so it's going to be Mythix that's got to come in there for a pull. Takes out Camper. Knows there's more here. Checks bar. No one to be found there, so with time dwindling down on the clock, looks like we got a tie game here, Tony. Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting lineup. Russia's picking up a little bit of 3-piece at the end there, but there's nothing they can do with that flag.
There you have it, the final kills, as just a lot of kills exchanged there. You can see how evenly matched these teams are. Not only was this match tied, but if you look across the board there, nobody went too big there.
Yeah, we're going to end the game. I think we'll have some problems over on the Enigma team with sound, so we'll try and get that sorted out. If somebody can come over and try and help out Pasco, as nil game sound. But from this replay,
once somebody ends it, we'll switch back to it in a second. But so that was a pretty big game there, game number 1, man. You saw Mythix, they came out the gates early, played really well. Enigma was able to answer the call. Then in the second half there, Mythix able to get a flag, leading 3-2. But then Enigma steps up big. Just evenly matched teams.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I mean, the first round, you're thinking this is a Mythix whitewash, but Enigma come back and they've battled back and they've been aggressive, and that's what they've done well. So they're
both
just
very aggressive teams there that switch on the aggressive and go back to conservative mode. So it's hard to read each team depending on how they're playing at that time.
They all have players who are very aggressive, and they have players who are very defensive. I mean, we have Fire, he's not a campy player, but he's a holding player, and he's very good at it. And then we have Loan, who's also a holding player. A lot of people do say camps, but it's his role. It's what he has to do.
Well, no, you have to have somebody that's able to, I mean, if you have 4 players that are just too aggressive, then that's never going to pan out for you. And when you've got somebody like Bread that's playing extremely aggressive, it's good to have people on your team that'll sit back on defense. And that goes for both Enigma and Mythix as well, as they got a squad that's kind of got both of those approaches.
Yeah. There's no sort of player that is stuck in the middle. There's always the 2 aggressive, 2 defensive players on both teams.
I like that, though. That's a good, healthy mix, man, and it makes for some good matches. We're waiting here for another. They're going to start up the match as we had overtime here. So they're ready to roll. Everybody's joining in the game. We're going to jump in here, and again, overtime. You guys play just a replay of the map here?
I think we do the MLG rules as well. Stop the clock.
Stop the clock?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a pretty new addition to the EU rules, but I like it.
It can last a while if you keep replaying maps. So I think the overtime rule is a good rule to have. So as we kick off here, capture the flag, Havana. Like we said, game number 1 was result of a tie, so we're going to play overtime rules here at EGL London, EGL4, and let's jump back into the game. How you feeling, Tony?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm pretty tired now.
Yeah, pretty tired, man? Yeah, it's okay. That's why you got the Rockstar energy drinks, man. I've been pounding them down.
Oh, no.
Actually, here's free drinks. I'm going to steal mine back from you.
There's a free
who do you want to jump on board with? Do we want to go with the Enigma or Mythix?
I think we should go on board with Mythix.
All right. So they are playing as top team. Oh, almost spawned in there, man. If I had $1 for how many times I spawned into games back in the day,
so many times,
I'd have a lot more money, man, than I do now. So we are going to stick on board. Who are you trying to watch here? I mean, all these guys had it really well. Let's jump on board with Maxi as he was playing big. the first game there.
Yeah, if we're going to see an aggressive push, we'll go on board with Maxi. But it'll be intriguing to see what sort of position Russia and people like that are going to be sitting in. But Camper and Maxi are the people to watch in this round.
Maxi chucking a nade there by Fountain, doesn't pick up anything. He loves that dive there early off in the game. Sees Bread, takes him out, and just moving there. On the flip side, you see Fire taking out Max D as you look at your kill feed. And now Max just hard scoping in big time on Fountain. Sees somebody, misses a knife, and it's Pasco that takes out Maxi. So nice little knife blunder there resulted in a death at his hands. And a lot of continuing to see this very evenly matched team.
Yeah, unfortunately they couldn't do much with that flag because Enigma were a little bit defensive, but they had to be, and they executed it well. But Maxi going for the Python kill, does not get it, unfortunately. Agony is he's a very aggressive player, and I've played against him myself at LAN. It's a brilliant knife there. He's going for a second.
Oh! Two big knife kills only to be followed up by Pasco taking him out there. But that's that aggressive play. Just was able to move up there, shank him, and they were both unexpected knife kills by Enigma. They did not see that one coming as Pasco takes out Camper. He's playing good on the defensive side, but Maxi comes in, finally cleans him up, sees somebody at Hotel, takes him out as well. But Bread picking up a two-piece, knocking out both Maxi and Max D with a grenade, followed up by a nice MP5 kill, I do believe it was. And Bread is continuing to be on a roll. He's been a driving force for Enigma. As Sowers is moving up left side of the map here, he's got flag and making moves with that as all the cutoffs are there. I don't believe Mythix is going to be able to get there. They try to get some flashes off, but I don't know if that'll do any good. Max D comes in with a knife kill, and they cap the flag there. So Host ended game, I believe it was about 3 minutes and 32 seconds, somewhere around there.
Around there. I don't think the Mythix team were too sure.
He tried to get there, but too little too late.
Yeah, it ended instant. Yeah, Mythix player went too sure of the rules, and if anybody is wondering, this now means that they have, it would be 2 minutes and 28 seconds to try and cap a flag.
Yeah, you guys play 5 or 6 minutes?
5.
Yeah. It's like a minute and something. Close, man. So I think 3:32 around there is the time to beat. And you couldn't expect a better matchup here. The Mythix going against Enigma. These guys are playing great Call of Duty here. So as they are setting up to start up the match again.
It's 3:32.
3:32? 3:32? Yeah. Is good? Yeah, they're hosting again, yeah. All right, there as they hosted up the game here. We're going to jump in now. It is up. And let's jump back into it. Just kidding. That was my fault. There we go. All right, Tunney. Capture the flag of Vanna, man. This has been just a brawl between these two teams, man. Very evenly skilled teams, players. I'm loving the matchup we see across the board. These teams strongly mirror one another with the players that are on it and the overall team.
They don't know the rules. Join us.
Right. You got to get a flag before 3:32. You got to get a flag before 3:32. You got to get a flag before the
It's end, yeah.
Before 3:32. You got to get a flag faster than they got a flag. Yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you what I have not done. Commentated and ref at the same time, man. I'm adding something to my resume right now, and it's all good here. Let's jump on board. Who do you want to watch? We just did Mythix last time, so let's roll with Enigma, who's playing top this time here, as the 3 minutes and 32 seconds is the time to beat here.
I think we're definitely going to see a more defensive approach from Enigma because they don't need to
They have to, right. That's what you have to do at this point. They've already gotten their flag, so it's up to them to kind of hold it down here. As we're on board with Fire here, takes out Rusher as Pasco takes out Camper here, and these guys, Enigma, just sticking back on the defensive side of things, rightfully so. I think they shouldn't collapse too much on the flag. It looks like they're playing a little bit smarter, expand a little bit outside of that flag so you're not all clustered around it.
Yeah, that's definitely the best thing to do because they're going to have somebody sitting up in the mid-map if the flag does get pulled, even with the camping holding players. So they're playing it well, they're doing the right thing, and it looks like they're going aggressive for the flag.
Yeah, Brett's going to grab it anyway, which is fine because if he caps this flag, then it's game over no matter what here. So nicely played by Brett, just running it back. Mythix all down there. So that's pretty much a nail in the coffin here as not only the time dwindling down for them to cap it. Brett is running one home, and if he caps this even before the time, then it is game over. They are just stopping everybody. It looks as if Mythix has kind of given up on this one. Brett running in the flag with only 10 seconds left on the clock to call it the game here, and that is it. So as he pulls it in, not enough time. Time's dwindling down, and they are not able to get it. So there you have it. Enigma, after a hard fought battle, comes up with a big win. They're going to go 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting it, not going to lie. Coming from a team like Mythix, you see with their experience, you think, well, it's not obviously a routine game for them. It's going to be very hard, as we have seen in this first map. So it's going to be more interesting than I thought it would be.
Absolutely here. So, close one, man.